Weird.
All right.
Do you
So
prefer
we should be
demon or
we should be
Satan?
back live now.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes. Either or.
either or what?
De- is that not what this is?
Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I take it you're in the DeMolay too?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Speedway chapter, sponsored by Speedway Lodge number 500.
Okay. How far is that away?
It was a 2 hour and 45-minute drive.
Yeah, it's a long drive. We went and saw them last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend for Owen's installation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
we're right on the Indianapolis border. Okay.
Yeah, they're nice, a really nice chapter.
Yeah, I just went out as master counselor. Which
Oh,
is
you're
the
master
head.
counselor now?
No, I just went out as.
Oh, yeah,
master
that's
counselor.
right. I was going to say you went for a second term. I
No.
didn't think that was a lot.
No.
What does that even mean, Master Counsel? I'm not familiar with the officers of DeMolay.
The master counselor is the head of the chapter.
The leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was for a while. He was, yeah. Both past master counselors now. So,
And here comes our current junior counselor. Do you have anything you want to say for the stream?
Hello,
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Ryan Andrews, Junior Counselor, Speedway DeMolay.
What do the other officers do there?
We have with
they're
us.
slaves to the master counselor. No, not really.
Yeah, no. Did you say
We
what
wish.
were
Like,
the
what do you
other
guys
officers?
do? Yeah. What like? And do you guys call yourselves officers?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
How many officers do you have? What are the responsibilities? What are the responsibilities of the officers?
I'll give you a rundown of each office. The master counselor, he's the head of the body, the representation, and effectively the president. The senior counselor is the right-hand man to the master counselor.
Like a vice president sort of thing, kind of.
The junior counselor, Ryan, do you want to explain it since you're currently in that?
You just help the other counselors.
Yeah, his job is to help wherever he's needed. Senior deacon, oh, he's over there. The senior deacon is also to assist the counselors. He's also within the chapter itself. He's also learning about the position of master counselor and senior counselor, and preparing for his term as a counselor. The junior deacon is sort of the guard of the door. The chaplain leads the prayers. The marshal escorts the chaplain. The stewards place the Bible and the school books on the altar and explains their importance. The standard bearer presents the flag. And the preceptors explain our principles.
There's a lot of background noise, isn't
Yes,
there?
that's it. There's a couple I missed.
There's more.
There's
Oh, yeah,
two more.
there's tons of them.
The sentinel
Like clowns
is
coming out of a
the
car.
outer guard of the door. He works with the junior deacon to make sure everything's under control. And the almoner basically walks around and asks for money.
Is that what they are? We never really had one.
Huh?
Is that what the almoner does?
I didn't hear what you
That's
said.
what the almoner says. Whatever it is.
Yeah, the almoner just walks around and asks for money.
Yeah, he's got a microphone. If you can't hear him, just tell him to talk in the microphone.
Yeah, I was
okay.
talking.
Yeah, he was talking over the
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I
That's what the
forgot I
mic
had
is
it.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk in the mic.
yeah, right now I'm the almoner, now that I just finished my term.
Head your way. Hi.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought I heard my voice.
Who's the rest of your crew?
Ryan, you want to get them over here so I can at least
I
point
can't
them out?
see him. I can see from like right here, like you're cut off the camera from like right there to like the end of the drive right here. So
Oh, okay.
between those two chairs, I can see everything.
Ah.
You're
So-
watching a.
Oh, you asked about the officers we have here tonight from Speedway.
Yeah.
We have Ryan, our junior counselor, who you heard earlier. Me, the almoner. Owen, our current master counselor. Josh, the senior deacon.
He's one of the
Ga-
black and red.
Yeah, he's black and red normally, but he's just got a black T-shirt on right now. Griffin, our scribe. Let's see if I can find the list. I already said Josh. Yeah. Owen, you want to say anything for the stream as the master counselor of Speedway? I'm good. Okay. All right.
Guess
So
not.
he's a master counselor, but he doesn't want to get on the microphone?
Yeah, I should see how it is. It's just like speaking to any other public body that you would. Just like speaking to any other public body you would.
Yeah, I'd probably burst into tears.
You speak to bodies a lot, kind of like I See Dead People.
No, not like that way.
We're probably gonna go pretty soon, though.
All right. Well, looks like we're heading out soon. So if there's anyone you want to pass
Right.
it off to.
I want to get Andy on here. Go get Andy. Get him
All
over
right.
here. He's right there.
Where is he?
You can't miss him.
You said he's right there.
Andy doesn't want to be on camera, but maybe we can get him on here. Come on! Well, you can see him in the distance there. He's the guy with the painted. Here, I'll point this way. He's the guy with the hat and the. Don't look at the guy that's bending over right now. Jesus Christ. All right, Richard, come over here.
What's this a part of?
You're already on camera right now.
Camcorder right there is recording.
Well, I'm gonna get back to working. So
All right.
thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for talking.
To come here?
Yeah, you want to get on camera for a minute? Sure. Andy's too camera shy.
Yep.
Andy's walking toward the camera.
Andy's the one that told me to come here.
He's got the pink beard.
Well, it's an orangish color. It's gonna get pink, I'm sure, as it fades. Louis, you want to sit in the chair?
Do I have to have the headphones on?
Well, yes, you have the headphones on.
Do I have to?
Well, it helps you understand the distance to your microphone. The more you hear yourself, the more they can hear you.
Oh, okay.
And if somebody else gets on there, it's all the noise and stuff. It's just easier to hear.
All right.
You can't really hear me because my internal mic isn't picking up very well, or like through the headphones.
Yeah.
But help him out, man.
Come on.
You guys just sit there and give up all these speeches and don't want to sit there and talk to the internet.
Yeah.
So the one dude was just telling us about all the officer positions. I mean, can you tell us some more on DeMolay and stuff that you've been doing?
Yeah, if we're on the topic of the offices. Wow, it's kind of hard to talk here myself, but yeah, I'm sure he explained the main core of officers where it proceeds up in a chronological manner, but the top three officers, the master counselor, senior counselor, and junior counselor, they're all elected, and for the junior counselor, that's the opening stage where that is really the big part where the other members of the chapter respect you and understand that you are able to lead the chapter. And after that, it's kind of chronological through the counselors, but there can be skipping. For example, if someone isn't doing their job correctly or others feel that they can do the job better, they can run. Except for master counselor. You have to be a senior counselor or a junior counselor in order to be elected into master.
What does all that mean?
Well, the master counselor is the one who runs the lodge or the chapter, just as the master of your lodge runs the lodge. He is the one that sets the dates for all the meetings, rec nights, fundraisers, etc. Everything that the chapter does goes new business, old business, whatever is coming up that involves the chapter, the master controls. The senior counselor's job is to assist the master counselor. He's the one who will do whatever the master counselor asks of him. But as a master, the rule is you cannot ask someone to do something if you're not willing to do it yourself. And the senior counselor just assists, and he's the one who also has power and authority over the others. The junior counselor does not hold any authority. He cannot tell someone to do something unless directed by the senior or master counselor. And the junior counselor, it depends on every chapter. For example, our chapter, one thing we tried was the junior counselor is the one who helps the newer members with their LCCs and obligations. Your obligations being a set of, obligations that you must learn and recite back to the chapter so that you understand what it means to be a DeMolay. And the LCCs are tests, or 5 tests, about the history of DeMolay, our rewards, what we're about, etc.
And they're 50 questions long.
Yeah,
50
there's 5 of them.
questions.
Yeah.
So 250 questions total.
250 questions.
Yeah. It's all in the book that you just skim through.
So, for someone, there's another young man out there that's kind of wondering what DeMolay is, because you guys have been talking about the officers and some of the responsibilities. Why does someone want to be in the DeMolay?
I can't speak from anyone else's perspective but my own. Personally, I enjoy it because, number one, it gives stuff to do throughout the week and responsibilities to take care of. And as a young man, I think that's very good to learn because when you do that, you get adjusted to it and you become better at it. And just meeting new people. If you look at all the people back here, then, there's 30 people right now. Some of them are from Indianapolis. And you meet a lot of people who do a lot of fun events. And every chapter is run by the boys. It's not run by the advisors. The advisors are just there as guidelines to help you through it.
Say cheese, boys. That's cool, man. Tell about some of the events and stuff you guys do, some of the activities you guys do. It's not all about your chapter work,
Yeah. There's state events and then there's chapter events. For example, our chapter just a couple weeks ago went bowling. That's a time where you can bring prospects, friends who you would like to join and they can see what we're all about. And, you go do bowling, Sky Zone is a local trampoline place around here. It mostly depends on the area that you live in for each chapter. And then there's state events. My first event before I even became a DeMolay was state rifle tournament. I went there because my friend Seth asked me to. And I went there, stayed the weekend, and I just liked all the people I met. And I enjoyed the events, and I joined later on. And there's other events such as broom ball, a type of hockey. There's conclave, which is a 4 or 5 day long event where you go to a college campus and it's nothing but activities and a ritual tournament. And those are mostly the physical activities. There's other ones, such as state ritual. You go, show your proficiency and get judged on it.
That's cool. So you guys get to shoot guns. You guys get to do feats of strength. You get to hang out with your buddies, meet new buddies.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a pretty cool thing. What are the age ranges like? Is there a cutoff on how young, how old?
Yeah. Well, it begins at 12 years old, and then you age out when you turn 21.
Then at 21, do people sit there and do they usually stay within DeMolay just to become can you do anything after 21? Can you stay in and be a mentor or something? What is that?
Absolutely. You become a senior DeMolay when you turn 22 because you're still DeMolay at 21, but you age out at 22. And when you age out, you have several options. A lot go into masonry at 18 is becoming an advisor. You can still be around it and come to some of the events and help them out, but you don't have to be an official advisor.
Lewis, what do you got to say about this?
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be a DeMolay.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I think that the work is rewarding in itself, whether it be personal lessons that you learn or just, even monetary gains, such as, college scholarships or just support, meeting new people. I've met doctors, lawyers, mechanics, people that can help you in life. And if you just want stuff like that, DeMolay gives out hundreds of thousands of dollars of scholarships every year.
It's 6:10 right now. Are you guys having this event till 7 or what?
Yeah, it ends at 7. At 7.
Uh-oh. Trouble's walking up.
All right. Well,
You heard her. Dish time.
I know. I was relieving him of his duties.
yeah. Well,
Man's
thanks for
work is
having me
done.
on.
Yeah, man, thanks a lot.
They said that about 20 minutes ago.
What's up, buddy? You gonna take it?
The
Get
hot
back on the
water
mic?
needs
I'll
to
get back
build
to
up.
this. They said they
Thanks,
were leaving
man.
about 20 minutes ago, and
Anytime you want to have this, come on.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, the reason why I asked if you mentioned conclave yet was because I have a speech that that was posted a couple of years ago that I still think applies today about my first year in DeMolay, if I can find it.
Lewis has been kicked out.
Ah, so Ryan's joining us.
Indeed.
I'm not sure if I can find it. Should be. Yeah, Ryan, start talking while I'm trying to find this.
Oh, so I don't know. I've just been in for about over a year, and my first conclave, it was overwhelming.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, we've got two people on opposite ends of the spectrum for Speedway, at least, because he joined last year and I joined almost 4 years ago now. So we've got opposite ends of the spectrum of experience for Speedway.
Yeah, I joined last year, October 18th.
I think they said 18th or 19th. Mine's easy to remember. It's just my birthday. June 25th, 2016 is whenever I joined.
You joined DeMolay on your birthday?
Mm-hmm. Joined it on my 12th birthday. My dad introduced it to me like April.
Who's your dad? Is he a Mason?
Yeah, he is.
Is he here?
He's not here. He's still in Indy.
He's also an advisor, right?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just search up my name. I might be able to find it easier.
Ryan, what kind of stuff have you done in DeMolay?
I've done a few competitions and basically just a bunch of fun stuffs and meetings.
What is this, the video or something?
Yeah, it's the video of my first year of me summarizing my first year in DeMolay at Conclave, which was exactly 1 year after I joined.
Okay. So, if somebody wanted to watch that, how do they get to it?
They could get to it on YouTube at Speedway DeMolay. That is Speedway as in the racetrack and DeMolay.
Oh, man. What else can you tell about that video before somebody watches it? I mean, like, is it you giving a speech that you made up yourself, or you?
Yeah.
What's it
In the
about?
first few seconds, it explains it. It says, once they go, says Speedway chaplain Devin Oldman had homework at Conclave 2017. He was to write a speech about his experience in DeMolay. Here he is giving that speech to his Speedway DeMolay brothers in our final photo op before leaving DePaul University Sunday morning, July 2nd, 2017. We got to Conclave 2 days after my birthday, and we had Relay for Life right before that, which, by the way, is a blast. We go out to Leonard Park, which is a local park, and Speedway, and they set up a track that we walk around for the American Cancer Society. There's fundraisers all around, and we have separate teams set up. The chapter has a team. And Ryan, aren't you the new co-captain of the team with Ian?
Yes.
Would you like to explain how it's been with your first year replacing Jacob?
Well, we weren't really replacing him. We're just assisting him for now. And I believe...
But you are trying to gradually phase him out, right?
Well, I'm not trying to. It's happening, but I'm not trying to. But basically, Relay for Life, you raise money for the American Cancer Society, and then on the day of the actual event, we have stands and stuff, we sell stuff, and we raise money to
The
help.
specificity of the stuff, do you know those off the top of your head?
Oh, we
That's
had
because I do.
we had hamburgers and hot dogs, and we sold those with drinks and chips.
You're missing something. Snow cones.
Oh yeah, we had snow cones. Those were nice. So, the last Relay for Life event, we came in second place, around $10,000.
We came in second and right before our goal.
That was the first place team,
Yeah, that
right?
was the first place team. They had us beat by a fair bit. They were table number 43, I think it was.
I believe so.
And their thing was they recently had their father pass away from cancer, and table number 43 was the table number of a restaurant that they used to go to a lot, and they had us whooped. They had us by a good $5,000, and mind you, they didn't take any money out of their total. They took money out of what they had saved up to make sure that they could beat us. Hi, Gage. Do you want to say anything for the stream? Okay. Yeah, that's our senior counselor. That's our second in command.
That guy's second in command?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Now they actually are kicking me out.
All right.
Yeah. But if you ever want to help Relay for Life, you can always visit speedwaydemolay.org, and there's a donate
Look into the
button.
camera and say that. The camera's right here.
Yeah. If you ever want to help us with Relay for Life, you can always visit us at speedwaydemolay.org and hit the donate button under our Relay for Life link.
That's speedwaydemolay.org. Join us.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Okay.
Well, you would have known if you'd have been over here.
Technically, it was sitting right there, so. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was the DeMolay boys. So thank you, DeMolay, for everything you do for our lodge and everything you do for everyone else. Raising money, giving other kids something to do, staying out of trouble. I mean, I know they're firing guns, but guns can be responsible things if you are a responsible person and under some kind of, guidance and under some kind of control. Hey, even adults have to sit there when they go to a gun range and make sure they abide by all the rules, make sure they understand their weapons. So we're teaching these kids at a young age how to take things that are dangerous and be responsible with them. Believe it or not, that can be done. And you want people like that in this country. You want people that are responsible young men, that are smart, knowing how to use their noodle, and doing some charitable things at an early age. So that way they don't grow up and they don't have that hole missing in their life until far too late. And then they're wondering what they can do to help other people in their community. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys again. The tacos were friggin' delicious. And we'll see you guys at the next event. Bye.